Let's look at that. How nice is that? Life is for living, so they say. And as a man in my 50s, I really do not want to waste the second half of my life. I mean, look at that. Just look at that. Oh, wow. How nice is that? That is absolutely stunning. Hi, I'm Sean. I'm 53, and I don't want to waste the second half of my life waiting for retirement to enjoy my life. I want to get out. I want to enjoy it. I want to explore. Life is for living. It's not a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is literally it. This is it. It's happening right now, and your life is passing by day by day. So you've got to wake up and smell the coffee. And start to live. Because if you don't, before you know it, another 10 or 20 years are going to pass you by. Not good. Now, I run my own business, and in the course of my business, I get to talk to a lot of people. I go to customers' houses, and the number of people that have retired and then suddenly, within 2 years, have started having health problems. I mean, genuinely having health problems. One of the guys I was talking to said, I've never been so ill. He says, I retired 2 years ago, and all I'm doing is going to hospital. I'm having operations, I'm having checkups, I'm having medication. Is this really what we want? When did it all change? When did life change? The thing is, it creeps up on you, and it's very small, and you don't notice it. But one day you're fit and healthy and running around and jumping around, and the next thing you're struggling to get up off the sofa, and you make them dad noises or them mum noises where you go oof, and then your legs are suddenly seized up. I mean, I'm laughing because I never thought that would happen to me, but it does all the time. Even now, I find myself going oof, getting up, and then I'm like hobbling to try and just move to kitchen from the living room. Oh man, this is crazy. So what I'm trying to say is, I do not want to follow the norm and end up struggling to walk, in poor health, and leaving a sorrowful second half of my life. I want to live. I want to live. I want to get out. I want to travel. I want to be in nature. I want to do things like this. Because this really does light me up. Be honest with yourself. When was the last time you went a nice long walk? And do you make excuses? Do you think, it's a bit cold, it's raining, it might be muddy, you don't know who's about? I mean, yeah, true, you don't know who's about. But what I will say is that while that is true, I've been doing 10,000 steps every morning, usually about 5 o'clock. And I've never ever once really felt uncomfortable. Maybe just once or twice out of 18 months when there's just been someone walking behind you. But then they're walking somewhere else, they just happen to be going the same way. It's just at that time of the day, you think, yeah. How nice is that? It's beautiful, that. Now, I have spent years running a business. We're talking about 14 years running a business full time, and it's been very, very hard work, very, very stressful to build and get to a point where it actually sustains me. And you know what? It's taken a toll on me, on my mental health, meaning stress levels. But not only that, I put my health at the bottom of the list. When you run a business, when you are busy, you do all the things what matter to you most. And for me, it was about keeping a roof over my head, working hard into the evenings and into the late at night, and just doing what needed to be done to make it all happen. And even though I wanted to be healthy, you know, somehow those parts never got done, just because you ran out of time and you was too tired. And eventually something has to give. Now, losing my sister 3 years ago was another reason why I was thinking more about my health and trying to prioritise health and changing my life. Now, she was only 53, the age I am now, and it puts it into perspective that you have got to live your best life, you really have, because nobody knows when their time is up. And I'm sure as you get into your 50s and beyond, you start to question yourself and have these thoughts and start thinking, how much longer have I got left? You don't want to think about it, but then you start weighing up how healthy you are, how active you are, what sort of things you eat, what's your body shape like, you know? Do you stand a chance? And so, really, you want to know what I'm doing about it and what you can do about it. Well, let me start off by saying I'm just a normal guy, okay? I am definitely not this special person that does special things and is magically more skilled than anyone else. I am not. I've decided I want change, and I want the second half of my life to be happier, to be healthier, and so that I can do more of these sort of things. Being out, getting into nature and living my best life. Now, I want to be lean, I want to be fit, I want to be strong, not just because it looks good, but it gives you confidence, it boosts your confidence, gives your body confidence, but also it's better for your health to be at your ideal body weight or closer, you know? I'm probably 3.5, 4 stone over the weight that I should be, but I know that the amount of weight that I'm carrying is not good for my joints or anything, and it's putting a lot of pressure onto my heart. And so I'm doing a lot of walking. I've been walking every single day now for 18 months. In fact, it's probably longer. And for all that time, I never lost any weight at all. At all. I'd lose a bit and then I'd gain it back on. I'd lose a bit and I'd gain it back on. And even though sometimes I think, oh, it's going well, I always gained it back on. It's mad, isn't it? Yo-yo dieting. And I think half of it's because I was trying too hard. But recently, in the last 3 weeks, I've lost 10 pounds, just over 10 pounds. And I've literally done it through tracking my calories. And for once in my life, it's not actually been that hard. You have to have a bit of dedication to it, of course, because you don't want to go over your calories. But it forces you to look at what you're eating and choose something which is lower in calories. So we're not just choosing a packet of Walker's crisps. We might be picking up some lentil chips or something similar. But when I say that, you might think, oh no, bugger that. But your mind changes when you're in the right zone. You don't actually want these things. And I've also been eating higher levels of protein, making sure that there's always some protein on my plate. But not only that, I've been looking at the Glucose Goddess method. She's got a book called The Glucose Revolution. If you want to read that, I highly recommend it. You can also get it on Audible and listen to it as you're walking along. And it's really good. She talks about fibre, which is veggies, things like that. And if you always have a helping of fibre on your plate, and you eat that first, it makes a big difference. And so, what I've been doing is literally eating more of this cleaner, general, wholesome food. And for once, it's keeping me full. And after about a week, I noticed that my body wasn't craving those sort of things as much, the bad things. I wasn't craving them. You know? How mad's that? I was having a lot of headaches in the first week of eating clean, not eating chocolate, not eating sweets, not eating bread. And it was the worst thing ever. I felt absolutely crap. But week 2, it went away. And here we are, we're in week 3. No more headaches at all. And I think it's because I've detoxed off of the sugar in my body. And as I can honestly say, I am not craving it anymore. So, step 1 of my journey is to get my body in shape. Okay? But you need a strong, healthy body to go on and do the other things in your life. One thing I did note is that on week 2, which was last week, I thought I'd got it nailed down. I thought I was doing really good. And so I got a bit overconfident. And we went and had a McDonald's. And I thought, this is in my calories. I did enough walking to count it all in. I thought, I can do this. This is easy. I'm going to lose weight and I'm eating McDonald's. And the next day, I had some sweets and some crisps. And it was in my calories. And I thought, this is brilliant. But guess what? Guess what? I put weight on. I put weight on. And so I was asking people in the comment sections of my channel, and they were saying it's water retention. And it's because of the food, the junk food really, the salt and the sugars that are in it, all the carbs, they all lead to water retention. And so if you are going to have junk food and it's within your calories, maybe just keep it to once every couple of weeks or something like that. Once a week maybe, but most of the time try and keep it fairly clean. Vegetables, fruits, meats, protein, whatever protein source you want, whether it's, you know, meat or vegan, whatever. But just keep it good, honest food. Avoid the processed food because that is the worst thing for your health. So I want to get into the nitty-gritty now. I want to just talk about stuff a little bit more and really sort of dig a bit deeper into why 18 months of trying to lose weight, thinking 10,000 steps is going to do it, never really materialised. So I was walking. For the first year, I walked every single day. I never even missed a single day, not even Christmas Day or New Year's Day. I was out doing 10,000 steps. And it really was such an immense journey and it felt so good. And so I did start writing down in a little notepad at the side of my bed what my weight was. And I'd actually do this every single week. And I have been doing this now for 18 plus months. And I looked back on it the other day and I thought, I'm exactly the same weight as what I was 18 months ago. Isn't that crazy? The same blooming weight. And so it's nothing to do with the walking. The only thing that really comes into it is your diet. And obviously the diet was the factor as to why I wasn't losing the weight. There'd be the odd weeks where I'd really focus on trying to lose weight, and every now and again I'd lose a bit. I think at one point I lost £5 in a week, and I thought, well, hey. But that week I could remember I was eating totally clean, but it was all about willpower. It was all about the willpower. And yeah, you know, we got there, but it wasn't sustainable. I wasn't tracking calories. I just made a real effort to watch what I was eating. I was thinking in my head, I don't want to count calories, I can't be doing with that. It's a pain in the neck. It's a real pain in the neck. And actually I've had the same conversation with my wife. She's wanting to be a bit healthier, and I've mentioned about counting calories, and we actually had the same conversation yesterday. You know, she doesn't want to be tracking calories, it takes too long. You've got to weigh everything. And some things you might want to weigh, but you know, we've got some of them post-it scales. Now, there's all different scales, but these post-it scales are what we use to post parcels. And all I did, I just put my empty bowl on there, pressed 0, then added in how much food I wanted. And that was it. That was it. And based on that, you know, I could see how much I needed. So yeah, I use the Nutracheck app, and it's quite simple now. My breakfast is usually about the same sort of meal. I have Greek yogurt with a few grapes and a few raisins or a small handful of nuts. Okay, that's protein, fibre and healthy fats. All of that is in there, but now I don't even think about it. I weighed out the Greek yogurt one time, but now that is saved on my app, and I use that pretty much every morning, and it gives me a decent amount of protein. Now, protein is not just for bodybuilders, and this is the thing. For years I heard that protein was for bodybuilders. If you take loads of protein, you're going to become a muscle-bound, you know, bodybuilder. And that isn't me. I mean, yeah, I want a few muscles. I want to look pretty good. But I'm not bothered about becoming Mr. Universe or anything like that. That's just not me. But I do want to get in shape. And so I am slowly working my way towards that. And I'll get there. I will. Now, lunchtime varies, and it depends what we've got in the house. And it's important that you get your shopping in, and you keep your shopping stocked up with the things that you're going to eat. Because when you get low on your shopping, you're going to end up dipping into the unhealthy stuff. But you know what? Times like that, just count it in your calories and make sure you go and buy some better stuff as soon as you can. So lunch, it varies. Sometimes it'll be a small jacket potato, sometimes it'll be a salad, sometimes it'll be a combination of both. And then for the evening meal, well, again, it varies. I get bored pretty easy, but usually it'll be some sort of meat, whether that's a pork chop, a piece of chicken, or a bit of beef or gammon. I'll have some of that, and I'll always make sure there's some veg on the plate, so peas, sweet corn, carrots, broccoli or cauliflower are pretty much my go-to. And to be honest with you, I sometimes put like a potato or some potatoes, or even a bit of wholemeal rice. But most of the time, I've noticed now that eating this way, I am getting full after the meat and veg. I honestly do believe that your body changes when you eat better. You really, really have to give this a go for a couple of weeks and see for yourself. Like walking, hiking, travelling. Do not let your life slip away by watching TV and doing nothing and being sedentary and just sitting down. Don't do it. If you want to do more, don't do it. If you want change, don't do it. If you want a healthier life. I'm only saying this to encourage you. That's literally all I'm doing, not to shout at you. I want you to see that there's an amazing life, an amazing world out there. And it's always going to be there. You've just got to take it. Now, you don't want retirement to be the moment when you start to enjoy your life. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not enjoying my life until I'm retired. At whatever age the government decides. Unless you've been financially savvy and you've put plenty of money away. But not everybody's in that boat. Me neither. So, we have to live our life now. We have to make the most of it now. But you should be doing that anyway. Because it's all about health. It's all about enjoying the second half of your life. With, being as fit and healthy as you possibly humanly can. And if you want to build money, you can build money. There's always a way to build money. I've actually been the guy that chases money for most of my life. I've always tried businesses, side hustles, and you know what? Some of them I've made money and some I haven't. Some I've lost a lot of money, thousands. But then others have been life-changing. I started a business, and that business now is the main income for my family. But I'm still doing side hustles. I'm still doing other bits and bobs. YouTube for a start. YouTube. And, 10, 20 years ago, people would say, oh, you can make money on YouTube. And people would laugh. And your parents would say, get a proper job, Sean. Get a proper job, a job with skills and this, that and the other. Haven't times changed? It's all online. Everybody's doing it. It's digital. And I see people in the 50s, 60s and 70s creating an online income. Anyway, it's all about changing the second half of your life. And honestly, there's so many ways out there. You can put little videos onto TikTok. And you can recommend products. And you can make a little bit of extra cash. There's plenty of people doing that now. YouTube, you can share your life, your journey, any skills or things, what you've got that you can do. Because people like people and people want to see people. And people connect to other people. So don't feel that you're stuck. Please don't feel that you're stuck. Change is definitely possible. And actually, it's an amazing, wonderful, bright world out there. There's so many opportunities if you want to change your life. And it costs absolutely nothing. Don't know about you, but I'd much sooner be doing this. Really would. As we come round, we've got the canal on this side. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. 18 months ago, I'd be getting up at the same time, 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'd be staring at my laptop and I'd be working hard, trying to grow my next side hustle. But look at this. This daily walk costs absolutely nothing. What it's really doing is clearing out my headspace, and it gives me time to think about actually what I want from the next 10, 20 years of my life. If I make it that long. Look, I know what some of you are thinking because I said it to myself for years. I don't have time. I'm too busy running a business, looking after family, dealing with life. But the truth is, I had to face that we don't make time for what we value. We really don't. It's always what comes last. Now, if you don't make time for your health now, you're going to be forced to make time for illness later on. And we all know how true that is. So phase 1 for me is the food and the walking. It's simple, it's sustainable, and it's non-negotiable. So the truth is, I don't have it figured out. I don't. I'm just on my journey. But why don't you let me know in the comments below where you are in your journey. Are you tracking your calories? Is the weight coming off? Are you walking, doing an exercise routine? What are you doing to change your life? Which is Nutracheck. Once you've created a meal and added in 3 or 4 foods, you can save those foods as a meal. And then once you've done it, you don't have to weigh it out again, because you simply just keep that as a meal. And then the next time you have that particular meal, you just add it on. You press a button and it adds it on to breakfast, lunch or tea or whatever. It's pretty good. If you've got a tool what's helping you, I'd certainly recommend it. Morning, you alright?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Sun shines here.
Yeah, lovely.
And that's good because you get to talk to people as well. And honestly, most people are really, really nice. In the morning, I don't know what it is, but most people first thing in the morning are quite happy and they're in a really good mood. It's kind of funny that. But you can see why, can't you? Do you know, up there, that's the motorway. People, busy lives, heading to work, travelling, doing all sorts of things. You know, when you're going to work, it's quite sombre, isn't it? But then when you're travelling somewhere, let's say you're travelling to the other end of the country to go on holiday for a week, it's exciting. It's exciting, it really is. So phase 1 for me is the weight loss, and also trying to get my body into shape, trying to get lean, fit and strong so that I can also get out and get onto phase 2 of my life, which is walking, which is being outside in nature and getting out, travelling. So if you like, this channel, this video is documenting the second half of my life unfolding, and as we proceed. And my only hope is that you might start to change your life too. You've got to let me know. You've got to let me know. You can't tell me this is not amazing. Picturesque. It's beautiful, this. Now, I'm also trying to improve my finances, and I'm doing this by documenting this channel, by putting the videos up, in the hope that one day it'll provide me some supplementary income just to make life that little bit easier. And anybody can do this. I touched on this earlier. And what I will say is that you've got to be consistent, as you have with all parts of your life. You have to keep turning up. You have to keep doing it. But you do have to enjoy it as well. And I enjoy this. Get to see all these wonderful things. This beats watching TV by a million miles. It really, really does. So that is the food side of things. Now, in terms of health, I'm not jumping into anything big or fast or anything straight away, because your body's not the same as it was when you were in your 20s. You know, things take a bit longer. It's easier to get injured. It's harder to make bigger changes, but you can get there. Slow and steady really is the way. You know the tortoise and the hare? I'm sure you do. But slow and steady is definitely the way to do this. And this is why I started walking, because it builds such an amazing base foundation for your health. Morning. See what I mean? People are lovely in the morning. Well, most people. Ah, this is lovely. This is truly lovely. So in terms of fitness, health, I've been doing the walking, but I've been doing push-ups for about 6 or 7 months. And just what I can manage. Started off at 10, 15, and then it reached a point fairly quickly that I could average about 20 a day. And it's been at that baseline for all that time since then. But every now and again, I feel I can do a little bit more. And getting up to 25 feels more achievable now. And for the last couple of days, I've actually managed 32, but it's been really, really hard. So anything's possible when you put your mind to it. You know, I'm doing more and more push-ups, but I want to start getting into a little bit more fitnessy stuff just to keep my body in shape as I'm losing the weight. Don't really fancy getting any loose skin. So the message is just to go at whatever pace you can, and your body will let you know one day, look, you found that quite easy, you could probably do a bit more. So do a bit more. And every now and again, if you want to just give it a little push, a little nudge, give it a push, give it a nudge, and see if you can improve. Yeah, so I believe that happiness came from having more stuff. And it's hard for me to say this sometimes because I still want more stuff. I still want a nicer house. A house that is ours, that we own, all paid up. Okay? These are things that you want in life, and there's nothing wrong with wanting things. Nobody wants the stress of money either. So, nicer house, nicer car, all these things. But coming on these walks, my perspective has changed. And I no longer feel that that's the whole story. Happiness is found in the little things. Watching the birds sing, seeing the sun come up, saying good morning to people. And that doesn't cost a penny. And truly, this has been life-changing for me in such a big way, and I cannot emphasize how much this has changed my life. Doing these morning walks, seeing the sun coming up every day has been instrumental into me becoming happier. Happier. I am way less stressed. My business doesn't take up all of my mental energy anymore. The business is there, It does its thing, but I don't allow it to take over. I'm more present as a dad, as a husband for my family, and life is better. So if you can, make a point of getting out, even if it's just once a week. If you've got somewhere close, fantastic. If not, see if you can get out once a week, get in your car and go and travel somewhere and take it all in. It all starts with you. Morning.
Morning.
It's lovely, this. So, ultimately, I'm trying to create my recipe for my life. And you should create yours. We're all born, we all come into this world with equal opportunities, and we're all as equal as each other. We really are. You are worth so much. Okay? Nobody's better than you. Nobody. So you are entitled to just as much happiness as every other person on this planet. You've just got to take it. Because it's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. This is the life, isn't it? This really is the life. So, what are you going to do? That is the question. What are you going to do? I want you to tell me. I want you to let me know in the comments below what your plans are, what you're trying to get out of life. Morning. Go on. No worries. Like you say, it's waiting for you. Life is waiting for you. The question is, are you going to take it? So are you going to be the person that carries on across the bridge of life, stressed, not making time for you? Or are you going to make change? Are you going to make time for you? Are you going to get out and try and improve your life? For me, it's about slowing down, becoming healthier, and becoming happier. And that's it. But I want to maximise all of those. I want to be in really good health so I can enjoy the rest of my life. the second half of my life, and I want to get as much out of life as I can. And I want to be in good shape. And that's it. So if you're ready for change, you've got to make it happen. Nobody else can do it for you. But it hasn't got to be this big hard challenge. It can just start with a simple daily step. Even if you walk to the end of the road or round the block, you can change your life. So this is me working on the second half of my life. Let me know what you're going to be doing with yours. Leave me a comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel to grow. Please press that like button. The more people that can do this and engage, the better the channel becomes. So if you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again.